Hi folks, how are we doing? Welcome back to the mini restoration. So, as you can see, it is now on a trolley and the subframes have been removed. There was no point filming it because there's no way I could put the camera to get it up there. Plus, getting the car up on the trolley was sort of an ordeal in itself. I'd sort of use straps and then the engine crane, get it high enough, and yeah, it was just awkward, and I haven't really got the space to set the camera up, you know, and film it. So, it's now done. Yeah, there's nothing else that I really found that's untoward. Like I said in the last video, I'd seen the pictures from the customer, so there wasn't anything that I didn't expect. So what I want to do is actually crack on and get some work done on it today. It's a bit late in the day. It's been raining all morning, so filming's been a pain in the ass because of the roof. The rain was just echoing and you just couldn't hear, so I've been pottering around. But I want to try and get as much done as I possibly can today. I'm going to tackle the shock absorber mounts. I've got the panels for it now. I've got this rear quarter, the seals and stuff like that. And I thought about doing the floor pan. I really want to get this A panel off and sort of tackle everything back. I need to order the balance. I haven't ordered the scuttle for it yet. So I'm going to get that ordered probably tomorrow. And then once I've got that, then we can cut this off and then I'll address it. So I'm not going to do that for now. I'm going to start on this. Plus, it's just an eyesore. It keeps annoying me. Every time I walk past it, it's like right in my eye line. So, sort of rambling on. Just want to crack on with it. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do is get the grinder sorted out, and then we'll clean all this back up. So this is why it needs cleaning up. I did sort of show you a little bit in the last video where it's just been sort of fillered and fiberglassed. Normally I'd use like a poly disc to clean it up, which I did around here, but it's got this wire meshing, which, you know, is just ripping it to pieces. So I need to get a flat disc on there, get all this cleaned up, and then we can make templates for the holes, and then there's like an extra skin in there. We'll get to that in a minute. We want to get it all cleaned up for now. Can't quite get in there. So, scrape you scrape. That's good enough. Right, let's make the first template to the outer skin. Templates on these are actually really easy. So all I'll do, a bit of paper, place it over, use some magnets, hold it on for now. This is just masking paper, nothing special, nice and cheap. And then all I'm going to do is get myself some dirt and find my holes. Is that on there? Yeah. So there's my basic template. Now we refine it. So let's get them holes cut out so we can line it up again. I've got to get them cut out in the back. What do we want to keep them holes in? Yeah, we want to keep them in. Try and bring it close. I think. Yeah, that's not too bad there. Yeah, I think we're going to keep the original holes and then I'll just weld it sort of round it, bring it over here. So, yeah, that's what I'll do. So, I've got to get this bit cut out. Right, I do apologise, I sort of had to forge ahead a little bit. So, I was filming, making the template for this, but then, like everybody tried to call me and then I just got carried away. So, I have actually forged ahead, made the plate. It's not a complicated plate, it's just a rectangle with 4 holes in it really. So yeah, sort of lines up nicely. I've marked it up. Actually, it doesn't matter the orientation at this stage, but we want to mark it to get it cut out. So if there is any discrepancies in how I've cut the edges, you know, marking it up this way means you're going to get it right every time, in theory. So I've just lined all the holes up. I'm going to hold it in, draw around it. Simple as that. Now we'll get this outer skin cut off. Yeah, let's get the outer skin cut off. Bloody spot weld just there. So I'll run the compressor up so I can get to that. Right. Now let's clean all this up with a wire brush. Now it's all cleaned up, as best as I can really with it. Now we need to get rid of all of this in a bit. So I want to take it as close to the edge as I possibly can, because there's a bit of box section in there. You obviously can't see it on the camera, but yeah, there's a bit of box in there which runs across the car. So I want to cut it pretty much to the box section on these two sides, and then this I'll just cut in fairly straight here. Not going to mark it out, I'm literally just going to cut it roughly for the minute, and then I'll use various tools to get it flush. stay on that. Right, now I can use a file, air file. That'll sound up. Get that up. I missed there, that's annoying. I'll have to do something with that. Can't see it because of the angle of the camera. There's a massive glob of bloody fiberglass in it. Right, now it's all cleaned up, we need to straighten this out a little bit. Where somebody put the fiberglass in, they've obviously sort of used a hammer and just smashed it back. So all I'm going to use, I'm just going to use my slide hammer to start with, and then get behind it and try and straighten it out as much as I can. The problem is the car is on wheels and wants to move. Nice. Can I get in there? I'm quite happy with that for what we need. So now I need to make a plate to go in here. Now the complicated thing about this sort of thing is there's no way to get behind it to sort of clamp it up to weld it. So the way I do these is I actually make a small box that sits in there. I'm not going to show you how to do it because it literally is just measure it, fold over the edges, so then it sits in there. So I'm going to quickly go make that, and then yeah, I'll be back. So this is the little panel that I've made up. Like I say, it's just a little box. All I've done is just rounded over these corners a little bit because we've got some round over here. So just about fits in there, like that. So what I'm going to do is give it a little tap. I've cleaned the edges up already because once it's in, it's not coming out. So yeah, it's just a matter of giving it a tap until it's flush. Thank you. Annoyingly, that edge is pushed back in. I'll have to get that out afterwards. But pretty good everywhere else. Let's get some tacks in it and then beat it around a bit more. I'm actually pretty happy with that. So now it's just a matter of seam welding it. Simple as that. Great thing about this being double skinned is you can run a bead in rather than having to stop and start. So now all I've got to do is just clean it up with a flap disc. One flap disc. There you go, as easy as that. Obviously that's all going to be hidden, so I'm not too worried about what it actually looks like. That's why I haven't gone too mad with it. It may look, it has gone in a bit there, but as long as that bit's flat, and then same as it's dropped in a bit there, but the main points are all of these bolts and none of them are moved, and then that sits flush. That's what counts. As long as that all sort of seals up and it's nice and strong, doesn't really matter what it looks like underneath. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of primer on this to sort of protect it underneath, and then I'm actually going to drill some holes in this now, clean this up a little bit as well. I'll spray some primer on the back of this, because what we'll do is we'll plug weld it in. All the primer is dried off, and as you can see I've now got this clamped up. All I want to do is just scribe through where I'm going to plug. Oh yeah, I drilled the holes for plug welding. I didn't show you, did I? Sorry. Yeah, so I'm just going to scribe through here. Although this is proper weld through primer, in my experience it still spits back, so I always like to try and clean up as much as I can. So then when I weld it, it should weld cleanly in theory. Lovely. So this is some real nice fucking shit, isn't it? I'm gonna lose my temper. Well, that is real nice primer, that, obviously. This is flaming awful. I'm going to move my camera out of the way so it doesn't get destroyed. What an absolute nightmare that was. So, as you can see, I've already cleaned it back. I didn't want to show you the welds. It was really embarrassing. And it was all due to this crap. Don't buy it. I'm going to return this and I'm going to try and get some compensation as well. Because this isn't Weld 3 primer. You cannot weld through it. So you'd see it sort of spluttering when I started doing this. Yeah, it just continued all the way around. And like, please don't put in the comments about that it was a galvanised plate, it could be tanking the car, because I welded the plate on the inside and that welded absolutely perfectly, other than a couple of little bits of the fiberglass and some sealer, which I sort of expected. That this has to be the primer. Everything else is, that this plate on top was exactly the same as the plate underneath, literally cut from the same sheet, and then I cleaned it up exactly the same using pretty much the same grinder and everything, you know, just so anyway, sort of rabbiting on, digressing, losing me rag, but it looks okay. It's cut little pinholes in it, but the time this is all raptored, you won't see any of it. So I'm just going to get a rattle can on this for now, just to protect it, stop it going rusty. The whole lot's going to be cleaned up anyway. Later on, it'll be, and then epoxy primed. But I'm just going to put a little bit, not this crap. I've got some other stuff that I'll just quickly just throw over this, just to protect it while it's sorting out. I was going to try and do that side as well at the same time, but I've got no other weld through primer, so I'm not going to do it. So unfortunately, that's what this video is. That's pretty much done for this video. I wanted to get the other side done as well, but that weld through primer has really annoyed me. This crap, don't buy it. I am going to be taking this back. I'm going to try and get my money back on this. It's absolutely ridiculous, you know. Yeah, just spitting, and I've burnt my arm and everything where it's spitting back. But the problem is, with something like this, once you're committed unless you start grinding it all back. So yeah, it's got plenty of penetration. It took me a while to grind it back, but it's done, it's dusted. But I'm done for tonight. It obviously took a lot longer than planned. So I'll get that done for the next video. There's no point in me showing you the same crap over and over again. So yeah, next time we'll move on to something else. I don't know what yet. I would like to sort of start getting this bit done under here, but I need to get the scuttle for it. So it depends whether we get that in before I start or not. We'll just see how it pans out. whatever happens, it will be done and you'll see a video. So yeah, please check out my friends in the description box below. Please check out my Patreon, my merch store, which is Teespring, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.